manso cavalo subindo a montanha, vem chegando então o zorro. Por onde passar a justiça parar, deixando a marca do zorro. Zorro, a espada não falhará. Zorro, ajuda quando precisar.
Califórnia Espanhola, 1820.
Apresentando o Senhor Zorro. Distribuição Mega Filmes.
Muito bem, Senhor de la Vega. Sentirei saudades de nossos duelos.
Eu também, senhor. Tem tornado esta viagem mais agradável.
A sua habilidade com a espada vai lhe ser muito útil na Califórnia.
Por que diz isso?
Quanto tempo esteve fora?
3 anos.
Eu creio que vai encontrar uma situação diferente.
Get on that horse and ride. After Zorro! Capture him! After him! Alto! Forget the vaquero! I want Zorro! Lancers, dismount! Come on, the rest of you! Follow me! What are you doing? Get on your feet! Monasterio! Sergeant Garcia! Yes? Go around that building! All by myself, Capitan?
Howard, get up the ladder. I want Zorro alive. Ortega, you two. Surround this building. Get above and behind him. But remember, I want Zorro alive. Now go!
Surrender, Senor Zorro! I have you surrounded!
Garcia, you imbecile!
Monasterio! Why send children to do a man's job?
Close in from the back. Hurry!
Si, Comandante!
I will handle this, rooster. Well, Senor Zorro.
Lancers, follow me! Get me off of here! Stop it! Help! Lancers! El Capitan! Zorro's horse! Please, but be gentle, be gentle! Catch him!
I would like to prolong this, Comandante, but I must leave you.
Grab his bridle! Hold him!
Why did you not stop him?
Capitan, when we tried to stop him, he runs like the wind. I don't know what. Well, when I tried to stop him, he started like this, then he came back to, and then he, and.
Everything on the list is in excellent condition, senor. The muskets are of the latest type, French Army.
And the pistols?
Some are German make, some are Belgian. The sabers are Spanish.
42 boxes in all, eh?
Oui, that is correct. They are marked tools and farm implements as ordered.
I do not see any gunpowder listed, Capitan.
No, my ship carries no powder. It is too dangerous in the event that we are fired upon.
What good are weapons without gunpowder?
Senor, that is your problem, huh? I contracted to deliver the shipment. If you do not wish to accept it, I can sell it to the Mexicans. They are badly in need of arms.
Oh, no, I will take them all. Uh-huh.
Slowly, Bernardo. I know you've had something to tell me ever since we left the Pueblo, but I could not leave my father. Now, what was it? The blind man that we saw begging, yes. He begged alms from the guard at the quartel gate? Yeah. The guard gave him something. Oh, he gave the guard something. What was it? A note. The guard hid the note. Then the blind man went on. And you followed. Good. He went around the corner. And you went after him. I knew I could count on you. You lost him? Well, how could that happen? Well, nevertheless, we seem to have two mysteries. One, a blind man who passes secret messages. And the other, a purse of 4,000 pesos for a horse race that anyone would enter for the fun of it. And the maestrado pulls the purse strings. Is it possible that they are also tied to the blind man?
Una limosna.
Oh, yeah, viejo. Here is something for you on this miserable night.
God will repay you, senor.
Yeah, I just hope he gives me a chance to win the race. Miracles do happen, you know.
Alms for a poor blind man.
You should not be on the streets at this hour.
The night air is not dangerous, senor.
One cannot be too careful.
They are waiting for you.
I shall come as soon as it is safe. You go ahead and keep a sharp watch.
Nothing but a cat.
But I was sure someone was following me.
That was I coming down the stairs. We'd better get off the street before someone sees us. I want you to stand guard inside tonight.
What is it?
I have a prescription from Dr. Aguilar.
Everyone is here but Figueroa.
Send him in when he arrives.
The store is closed. Who is it?
I have a prescription from Dr. Aguilar. Something is disturbing that dog.
Oh, he is barking at a cat on the roof.
I'm not so sure it is a cat.
I told you there is no one here.
Maybe you're right. Perro, cállate.
We will not begin until Figueroa has arrived. Meantime, gentlemen, won't you please be seated?
I better go into the meeting.
See. Sorry to be late.
Now that you're here, we can begin. I have been explaining that the long-awaited moment is close at hand. Now, we have a large shipment of arms which have been smuggled into the Pueblo without causing suspicion. Now, we need an ample supply of gunpowder, which we will get from the magazine in the cuartel.
Senor Magistrado, how do you plan to do this? The Capitan Toledano has doubled the guard at night.
This will be accomplished in broad daylight.
His Excellency has a plan.
On the day of the big race, our Pueblo will be virtually deserted. Capitan Toledano and the Lancers will be away competing for the prize money.
But the Comandante will not leave the cuartel unguarded.
True, but he will leave you and the other foot soldiers on duty. Now, at exactly 3 o'clock, a wagon will drive up to the cuartel gates. The driver will be Cantu, disguised as a peasant. He will present a forged order. You will admit him. Solis Navarro will be hidden in the wagon. Once they're inside the cuartel, you will close the gates.
And the other guards?
They will be taken care of.
What happens to me after the gunpowder is stolen?
Everything has been arranged so that you will never be suspected. You will be left tied up and gagged inside the guardhouse. Now, I suggest that we leave one by one. I will go first. We must continue to cloak our actions in absolute secrecy. See that everything is clear.
When the full moon is bright, comes a horseman known as Zorro. This bold renegade carves a Z with his blade, a Z that stands for Zorro. Zorro, the fox so cunning and free. Zorro, who makes the sign of the Z.
Is something wrong, mi comandante?
Nothing is wrong, Sergeant.
Then why do we stop?
To see the future clearly. A future in which there is no longer a lowly comandante of the Pueblo de los Angeles, but Don Enriquez Sanchez Monasterio, lord and master of the Rancho Torres, and all it contains, including the beautiful Elena. Have the Lancers wait here until you and I have reached the gate. Then have them surround the Torres Rancho at a discreet distance. But see that Torres does not escape, huh?
Very good, mi comandante. Drive on!
Sergeant of Lancers trailing Monastario's carriage. It could mean nothing. And it could mean that Don Nacho was foolish enough to return home before fleeing to Monterrey. In which case we must warn him. And remember, my friend, you're supposed to be deaf as well as dumb.
Take care, Papacito.
You must go quickly, my dear. Every moment of delay is filled with danger.
It has been so ever since this Capitan Monasterio came to California. Perhaps with the gracious help of God, I can persuade the governor to have this man removed. Be brave. Light a candle for my unknown benefactor, this man who calls himself Zorro. If it had not been for him, I would not be alive.
No, no, not that. No.
There's no time for that. I must see Don Nacho now. Doña Luisa.
Don Diego.
1,000 pardons, Doña Luisa. Elena, but I am the bearer of unfortunate news which you must hear immediately.
If it concerns Father, then speak quickly.
Is he here? Captain Monasterio is on his way here. I felt it my duty to warn you in case Don Nacho should try to see you.
That is very thoughtful of you, Don Diego. But Don Nacho is not here. He's on his way to Monterrey to see the governor. Elena, have Ricardo bring some wine for our guest. Tell your father to hide in the cellar quickly.
Look, mi Capitan, a freshly saddled horse. Don Nacho cannot escape us this time.
Sergeant Garcia, learn to curb your emotions. One does not arrest one's future father-in-law with a sword in one's hand, but with an olive branch. See if the Lancers have taken up their positions, huh?
Si, Capitan.
What are you doing here? Oh.
Sergeant Garcia begs to report.
Are the Lancers in position?
Si, Capitan. The house is surrounded. It would be impossible for anybody to break through our lines. I keep forgetting this little pig cannot hear.
Very good. And now try to act like a gentleman. If you have any doubts, watch me. Now come.
I will answer the door, Mother. Capitan Monasterio.
Buenas tardes, señorita. Ah, Elena. If such a thing were possible, I would say you were looking more lovely than
And
ever.
to what do we owe this unexpected visit, Capitan Monasterio?
It concerns your father and is most painful to me. Perhaps you will be kind enough to take me to the Doña Luisa?
She is in the sala.
My aide, Sergeant Garcia. Doña Luisa? De la Vega?
Capitan Monasterio has a painful duty to perform, Mother. He prefers to tell you directly.
For some undisclosed reason, the Capitan's duties usually are painful. To Californians, that is.
I would guard my tongue, senor, or you may find yourself facing the same charges of treason which have been placed against Senor Torres.
The charges are unjust, cruel.
I believe you, senorita, and I am sure your father will be exonerated. However, my duty often compels me to perform unpleasant tasks. The law says your father must come to the cuartel and stand trial. I detect a certain reluctance on your part to answer, Doña Luisa. Any attempt to obstruct justice will only bring disgrace upon yourself as well as your husband. Will you be kind enough to tell the senor I await his pleasure?
Don Nacho is not here. He's on his way to Monterrey to appeal his case with the governor.
In that case, you will not mind if we search the hacienda. mere formality, of course, but I cannot be derelict in my duty. With your permission, Doña Luisa.
Of course.
Sergeant. Take the ground floor and the cellar. I will examine the upper room.
Si, Capitan.
It is quite dark in the cellar. If you will come into the kitchen, I will get you a candle.
One moment, Elena. I'm sure this candle here will do very nicely. Here you are, Sergeant.
Wait, I have heard very much of Don Nacho's famous cellar. I shall go with you. Thank you for the loan of the book, Doña Luisa. I shall enjoy reading Plato. He had such a low regard for soldiers. After you, Sergeant. Doesn't it make you want to write poetry, Sergeant?
No, it only makes me thirsty. But please, Don Diego, do not tempt me. I have a task to perform.
Commendable devotion to duty, Sergeant, but as you see, the cellar only has one entrance. Why rush such a pleasant task, eh?
To think what I should have missed if the Comandante had forced me to search the upper rooms. Of course, Don Diego.
This should be the table wine. But we, Sergeant, we shall take nothing for granted, eh? Oh, we shall find out, eh? Waft the bouquet, Sergeant. Never was a perfume so delicate.
Perfume is for smelling, wine for drinking, Don Diego. Please, if you don't mind.
What about this one?
Look.
What is it?
That sunset is beautiful.
Oh. I did not come here to look at sunsets.
No, Comandante.
Well, are you satisfied, Comandante?
No. A horse was being saddled in the courtyard as I drove up. Either Torres was here or he was expected. That is it. He is waiting until dark to make his escape. Sergeant, let the lancers bring their horses into the yard.
Si, Capitan.
We will be ready for him.
Comandante, do you really think Don Nacho will return?
I'm confident he will.
What was that, Comandante?
What was what?
Beyond that door. It sounded like the clink of steel, a sword or something. I think you better investigate.
Oh, all right.
Be careful, he may be armed.
Are you certain you heard something?
Certainly, I'm sure I did. Listen.
Your nerves are bad. You must be hearing things.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Look out, Zorro! Bernardo, get these pieces out of sight. Beautiful.
We must not make him angry. We must have his friendship if we are to help Father.
I cannot permit such a thing, Elena.
Can you permit Father's death?
Doña Luisa! Elena, come at once!
Capitan Monasterio.
What happened?
Has he heard?
He had a dizzy spell and fell over the balcony. I'll put him in Don Nacho's room. You'd better fetch a pan of water.
Oh, poor fellow. He's hurt badly.
Well, he thought he heard Don Nacho, and he fell striking his head. I don't know why he's so worried. If Don Nacho were here, he couldn't get away with the house surrounded by soldiers. The only uniform they wouldn't fire on is the Comandante's. Even I don't dare leave until he recovers. Oh, excuse me. I think I'd better have a breath of air.
If only Diego had the courage of his father, he could help us.
Diego has helped. It will soon be dark. We must hurry.
What are you doing, Nacho?
Diego said Monastario's uniform is the only one the soldiers would not shoot at. And certainly the Comandante can take anyone he chooses with him out of this house. Quickly, the cord from my dressing gown.
Diego.
You're leaving?
I have consented to the Comandante's proposal of marriage. Mother and I are leaving for the Pueblo with him immediately.
Well, they say the best man always wins. I want to wish you every happiness. Shall I call you a carriage?
Please. And thank you, Diego. Pray for us.
The Comandante is leaving. Call the carriage.
But what about the trap?
It's already sprung. On the Comandante. The trap of love.
Oh.
Would you have him spring another one on his future father-in-law?
Oh, no. The horse, Lester, the horse! The Comandante is leaving, quickly! My congratulations, Comandante, and to you too, senorita. This calls for a big celebration, eh?
Drive quickly, Baboso.
Si, Capitan.
You heard the Comandante. Drive quickly.
Drive quickly, drive!
We have done all we can here. Now it's time for Zorro to take over.
What is the matter with that fool of a driver? Oh, driver, stop the carriage! This is not the road to Los Angeles.
Commandante's orders.
Your pardon, Comandante, but this road, You are not the Comandante. We have been tricked. Zorro!
Take his horse, Don Nacho. Don't make a move towards me or Don Nacho. I run him through. Thanks for the loan of the horse, Sergeant. Next time I see your commander, I will tell him how helpful you have been. You'll return to the Rancho Torres pronto. Hasta la vista, señores.
Comandante, what has happened? Oh, I'll get Oh, of course, the gang.
Who have you been, Baboso? I've been lying here for hours.
I am sorry, mi Capitan, but I thought Don Nacho was you, except the uniform looked a little big. Have you lost weight, mi Capitan?
Oh, you thought. I am surrounded by incompetence. All I know is that Diego is... That is it. Where is Diego de la Vega, huh?
I don't know, Capitan.
You don't know. Oh. Where's Diego de la Vega?
I do not know.
You know where he was when he helped your traitorous husband to escape? Oh, the cellar, huh? Up there! Well, well, de la Vega.
Well, I tried to warn you.
And for a moment, I thought that... Never mind. You would not see the humor of it.
night, when the full moon is bright, comes a horseman known as Zorro. This bold renegade carves a Z with his blade, a Z that stands for Zorro. Zorro, the fox so cunning and free. Zorro, who makes the sign of the Z.
Now repeat it again, in a loud, clear voice.
I, Sergeant Demetrio Lopez Garcia, am a fat, stupid pig.
Good. You know it by heart.
I have heard it so often.
Go on, and do not forget anything.
I am a fat, stupid pig, not fit to be a sergeant in the California forces of His Majesty the King of Spain.
And particularly in the command of?
Oh, see. And particularly in the command of the distinguished Capitan Enrique Sanchez Monasterio.
Then why do I put up with you?
I've often wondered about that myself, Capitan.
You are a toad.
Correctamente, sir.
And for a toad, you look extremely short this morning, Sergeant. Why?
I could not get my boots on, Capitan.
What is the matter with your feet?
I heard them chasing El Zorro the fox through the rocks.
Are you sure, Sergeant, he was not chasing you?
Chasing me? Come on, how could that be possible? Chasing? Well, maybe a little toward the end. It is very hard to chase a fox through the rocks, Comandante.
I suppose it is useless to ask if you found any trace of Torres.
For him, I have looked even harder. If Don Nacho is anywhere between San Juan Capistrano and Santa Barbara, I will shoot myself.
I personally would consider that a handsome reward. I can offer you an excellent military funeral. And do not call him Don Nacho. He's a traitor with a price on his head. Oh, put your boots on.
But my toes hurt.
Then cut them off.
I want to see El Capitan.
El Capitan you cannot see. You cannot enter here without permission.
I must see.
What is this idiot doing here?
Mi Capitan, this half-breed says he has information he wants to give you.
No, not give. I want to sell it.
Sell?
I heard there were 500 pesos for word of Senor Torres, mi Capitan.
You know where Torres is hiding?
He is at the mission of San Gabriel. I saw him there myself, only this morning.
So, here, Sergeant.
Comandante, when I spoke of shooting myself, it was just a figure of speech.
Oh, put it in my saddle holster. Order the Lancers out. We'll ride immediately.
Si, Capitan.
Here.
Gracias, Capitan.
You know, Bernardo, sometimes it's a relief that you don't talk. Take my respected father, for instance. He talks incessantly about what a worthless fellow I've become. What do you mean, nodding? You couldn't possibly agree with that? All right. Books, guitars, wine, singing, I know. By day. But by night, huh? Hey, easy there. We don't want to arrive at the church too soon. And Padre Felipe will have us picking oranges. No. We must be serious. I must think of some way to get Don Nacho safely out of sanctuary and on his way to Monterrey. I'm sure you will think of something. Give me those reins.
I'm particularly proud of you. Wouldn't you like to try one?
Gracias. Excellent.
Well, perhaps not quite the sweetness of our oranges back home in Valencia, Senor Torres.
Padre Felipe, you should be proud of what you have done here.
I am. At the Mission San Gabriel, we grow the finest Indians in the world. Yes, they're the ones that are going to make a garden out of this place. And now we have our first crop that has not been spoiled by frost. We're ready for the Angelus. Quick, back into church.
Around the church. Sergeant Garcia, if Torres gets away, I will hold you personally responsible.
You heard what the Comandante said? Surround the church.
Buenos dias, Capitan. Are you out hunting gophers, or did you bring your men to whitewash my church? Pax vobiscum. Pax vobiscum.
Never mind blessing us now, Padre. You know very well I'm here to arrest Torres in the name of the crown.
And I am here to protect the sanctuary in the name of the cross.
So, you admit that he is here, huh?
The truth is always easy to admit to, Capitan. Don't you find it so? Senor Torres just this moment has gone into the church.
Oh, sanctuary is an absurd law.
Not to the Senor Torres. And as long as he's under the protection of the church, you will not molest him.
And who would know if I just took him by force? We're a long way from both Madrid and Rome.
True, but I'm not far away from that flower pot with which I could bash you over the head until my faithful Indians could come for the rescue.
Is there any law that says I cannot walk in there any time I like?
Not at all. It's been a long time since you've been in church. So just remove your saber, take off your hat, and drop a peso for the poor.
How long does the church claim it can shelter a traitor like that Torres?
40 days, Capitan. I hope you brought your tent.
All right, Padre. For the moment, you win.
Oh, do not be angry, Capitan. The cross usually does.
But do not get the idea that you can interfere for long with the king's justice.
Oh, heaven forbid. And now you will excuse me, won't you? We're short of helpers, and there's a crop of oranges that must be stored before nightfall in the bodega. Come back any time, Capitan.
But wait, I haven't finished telling you.
Confessions every Wednesday and Saturday at 7.
Alto!
Well, now I must search.
Oh, Sergeant, you're much too conscientious. You must learn to forget discipline. What have we here? Oh, Now, close your eyes and savor the full body of it.
How was that?
Nothing, a mouse.
The mouse, I saw the barrels moved. I saw them.
Oh, large mouse, maybe a rat.
I must search the cellar.
Sergeant Garcia.
Yes?
A toast.
A toast?
To His Majesty.
Yes, to His Majesty.
The Queen.
To the Queen. Is there a queen?
My mistake. I was thinking of England. The governor.
To the governor. To the Queen also.
And no matter what happens, Doña Luisa, I will do everything in my power to see that you and Elena continue to live here.
And why shouldn't we?
You are forgetting that the lands and titles of a convicted traitor are subject to confiscation by the crown.
Sergeant, a man of your sterling qualities and devotion to duty, I've often wondered, why aren't you an officer?
I have often wondered that too, Don Diego, but I have learned to be patient like the Capitan.
An intelligent man, the Comandante.
Oh, smart, too. He takes what he wants, and he wants this rancho. That is why he has to find Don Nacho to put him out of the way. So he can grab the Rancho Torres and get himself a beautiful wife at the same time. There he is!
Wait, Sergeant, wait. I'll help you. Get him on the back.
Oh, quick! The barrel, please. Oh!
Capitan Monasterio, I must ask you to leave at once.
Mother is upset, Capitan Monasterio. Wait outside, please, in the patio. I wish to speak to her alone.
Certainly. With your permission, Doña Luisa. Elena.
Where's Don Nacho? But where? Oh, in the bedroom. And Monasterio. In the patio?
Letting Monasterio think we favor his friendship is our only chance.
It is a sacrifice your father would not ask of you or want.
It is not an easy thing to do, Mama, when I think of Benito. However, I love Father more.
I also have a duty as a mother. I will pray for help for all of us.
I have spoken to Mother. She has a better understanding now.
I am very glad. You will never regret our friendship. When my heart is moved, I can be most generous.
I sing of the lovely Elena, a lady so charming and sweet. I bring all my songs to Elena and lay all my dreams at her feet. I know that the fair senorita has lovers who tremble and sigh. They long for a smile from Elena, but no one longs longer than I. Her lovers are many, all dashing and strong, but I'll win Elena with sweet words of song. I dream of the lovely Elena. I pray she will soon understand. My fate is to love her forever, for she holds my heart in her hand.
That was beautiful, Diego.
Yes, I was in good voice, wasn't I? Eh, Comandante?
Excuse me, Comandante.
Well, what is it?
I have just searched the ground floor, and I personally guarantee that Don Nacho is not in the cellar. Now.
Did you have to drink the cellar dry to discover this?
Oh, no, Commander. There's plenty left down there.
Oh,
There's
never mind. We will examine the upper rooms at once. Andale! Andale, Paposo, andale! Andale! Get up the stairs, you idiot!
Wait, Captain, I will help you search. The rival's enough. We are allies in duty.
Stay out of my way, De La Vega.
He was not in there, mi Comandante.
He was not, eh? And whose room is this?
Mine.
Search this.
Yes, Capitan. Yes.
Now this.
That contains only personal things belonging to my daughter.
Personal things, huh?
That's right. It just contains personal things.
Sergeant, bring out that traitor. And arrest De La Vega for aiding a criminal conspiracy against the crown.
Don Nacho, come out!
Please?
There is no one in there, Comandante.
He must be somewhere in these rooms. And this room?
Mine. It is locked.
The key, please.
Have you no sense of decency at all?
I told you, senorita, I am only doing my duty.
Comandante, I must ask you to respect the privacy of Doña Luisa's home.
Sergeant Garcia!
Yes, Capitan.
Put your shoulder to that door. Break it down.
Shoulder?
Andale!
He was not in there also, mi Capitan.
Well, get on your feet, estúpido!
Guy Williams test for space.
All right, action, Guy. Nice to have you with us.
Well, it's nice being here.
I want to talk a little bit about the new show we're going to do called Lost in Space.
Uh-huh.
We have an idea that you might be great to play the father. What would you like to tell you a little bit about him? Would you like to ask me something about the script?
Well, I saw one of those little flying machines.
Yeah, space saucer.
Yeah. I'd like to get one for myself.
All right.
The little one, you know.
Yeah. You can smoke if you like while we tell you about it.
All right.
This is a story that takes place a couple of hundred years from now. A population explosion has reached a pinnacle, and man now looks for new places to live. And they take a trip out to outer space. And you're the fellow that's got to drive the ship. Have you got a light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know June Lockhart?
Yes.
Have you ever worked with her?
No, not yet.
Well, well, maybe next week, huh? You play the father of a 17-year-old girl. We were a little concerned that maybe that would be a little old for you. The girl, I mean.
Do you know when I started?
No. Started what?
Well, I might be old enough.
Oh. Don't you have a grown son and daughter?
I have a son who's 12.
Well, that's old enough. I guess you'll work it. Have you met the fellow over there who's just coming in? That's David Hedison, who's
Hi, Dave.
visited with our set. And over on the other side is Richard Bayside.
Oh, with the camera.
Yeah. It's been a Merry Christmas for him. You said you hadn't met June as yet.
No, I haven't.
All right. I just said something terribly funny.
What was that?
Cut and print it. Wait a minute.
Guy Williams test for Lost in Space, take 2.
Yeah, I will.
Action. Hello, Guy.
Hello, Aaron.
How are you?
Okay.
We've got you here today to talk a little bit about a new project of ours called Lost in Space. I imagine you've heard something about it.
I certainly have.
Good things, I trust?
Yes.
All right. I think you've met the leading lady. You've worked with her?
No, I've never worked with her.
You're just hoping to?
Yeah.
Starting in about a week, huh?
In a week?
Yes. Have you met George over here?
Hello, George.
Have you met Jack over on the other side?
Jack, how are you?
Those are the two fellows from that famous show of yours called Zorro.
Where?
Do you know anything? Have you done any studying at all about outer space? You've been doing any reading lately about it?
My son keeps me posted on everything.
You have a grown-up son around 14, 15?
He's 13.
He's 13?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make you look a little older, so I suggested 14, 15. However,
he's really 16.
Yeah. Before we're through with this test, you will age considerably. If you'd like to smoke, it's perfectly all right.
Yeah, okay.
Before you leave tonight, I want to make sure you get a copy of the script so that you'll be familiar with it. I'd like you to tell me just a little bit about what you've been doing lately.
Well, I've been doing some writing.
Well, all right. And I assume you've been doing some acting.
Yes.
Good. The Zorro show was on the air for several years, wasn't it?
It was on 2 years.
Tell us a little bit about it. What was it about?
What was it about? It was a Southwestern.
A Southwestern?
A Southwestern.
I see. Villains of...
all sorts.
1890s?
1820.
1820. Please go ahead and light up. You did meet George over there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. We're still there.
Yeah. And Jack? Yeah. I want to talk to you seriously now for just a minute. If you will be very serious, we'll be able to discuss some deep philosophy here. Have you read any good books lately?
Yes.
Would you like to tell me about it?
I just finished Only You, Dick Daring.
Oh. Cut. Just said the wrong thing.